Hey guys, we're going into the live. See you soon. Coming around, grabbing the cards. Hi. Grabbing the other cards. And then we'll say hello to the rest of the crew. Okay. I don't know if this is a good view or not, but okay, we're doing it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I think so. We're set. All right. Good morning. Hey there, Margaret. Hey, Miguel. Hey, good to see you, Shantae. Hi, guys. Hi, Penny. Good morning. Hey, Cass. Hey, Angela. Hey, Kim. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day out here. It's so spring lovely. I can't stand it. It's like finally. So it feels really good. Hey there. Hi, Lisa. I am doing good today, Cass. Penny, hey. Hey, if you've got a few questions, this is the time of the show where I do a few micros that are like 3 cards that are free just for a few reads, and then we get into the paid list and get going. Wow, the lighting's kind of screwball today. We'll deal with it. Perfect isn't the goal. We're not letting perfect get in the way of good. So we are going to do this. Angela, you really need help. Well, if you've got a question, throw it out there. We can do a quick micro. Olivia, good morning. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Jean. So I'm doing really good today. Phil is going to be home today. Yay. At some point, maybe this afternoon, maybe this evening. We'll see. Cassie, you're running to Venmo? Okay, great. Well, then I'll quickly do a commercial while people... Oh, Olivia, will William start to pursue a relationship with you? Let's take a look. Okay, we're going to scooch this back. Olivia asked, so we're going to throw 3 cards real quick for her. It's a little pie in the sky thinking. He might send out a little bit of mixed messages. There's the Empress who has all the attraction ability in the world. Super fertile, receptive, ready. And then there's this pie in the sky confusion, a little bit of over idealistic and delusional thinking. And although this Page of Wands should be excited and sending a message, he's kind of like just standing still, biding his time. So I don't think he's going to show interest very soon. I think he's of mixed mind on that. So that's what I've got. That's what the 3 cards are showing, and that's the energy of the cards. Now, you guys always trust your higher self over me or any other tarot reader. Always trust your higher self. But that's what I've got, and we will do a quick commercial. Then we'll do maybe a few more. We'll see what's going on. This is what we're doing today. Same as yesterday. Well, same as 2 days ago. All right, so the Blind Oracle is $20, and you get the read you need. You don't ask a question. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome. If you want the year ahead, it's $30. If you want to ask a 1-question mini, now what you just saw was a micro. That's just like 3 cards. A mini is usually 7 to 10 cards. That's $30. A full is usually 15 to 20 cards, and that's $40. I do get nosy. Hey, Cass, I see your payment. I'll finish this and we'll go right into your read. So this is what we've got. We've got the Bones read, the Crystal Ball read, and also the Past Lives read. Those are $50. And it's Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. That's where you can pay me. And I think that this is recording. I'm going to double check that and be right back. So I want to make sure it's recording before we go on to Cass's. So 1 second. I'm going to just run around the other side of the desk because my hubby is not here with us today. Yes, I did it right. It's recording. So that's great. That's good. Hooray for me. Getting so tech savvy, right? Sorry about the big bum. Okay. Cass, let's see what we've got for your question here. 1 second. Okay. Come on, I just saw it. I literally just saw it. Okay, we're going to try approaching this a different way and see if there was a different question in here. 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. All right. I'm looking here. Home. Come on. Sometimes this old iPad is good, and sometimes it drives me bonkers. Cass. Just 3 months. June, July. May, June, July. Okay. For Cass, let's take a look. We're going to the 4 kingdoms for you. So yay, hooray. Okay. For Cass. We are doing Tarot with Bones. Tarot with Bones. Let me write this down. 1 second. I don't know why we're going into it. It's the four worlds. I think I called it the four kingdoms. Let me write Cass's name. And we're doing bones here. Let me get the mat too. Bones. 1 second, Cass. We're getting it together. Still kind of getting used to where my new setup is, but whatever. Okay. And you guys know that I love, love, love this mat to do the bones on. It's Jillian's, and I found her booklet that went with this mat. When you order the mat, it's separate from the Naked Heart Tarot cards. But it's her stuff. It's her mat, and I love it for the bones reads. Okay. All right. I want to go into the cards first. I'm getting a dip in the June, and I'm not sure what we're getting. So we're going to do 2 for May, 2 for June, 2 for July, and then we're going to throw the bones across it. Then if we need more cards, of course, we'll get nosy. I want to slice this back so you guys can see kind of what I'm seeing. I don't know if you can see that. Wow, that's really... Let's see if that helps. Maybe that helps a little bit. Okay. We've got the Ace of Cups, 8 of Wands, Temperance, King of Coins, Knight of Cups, 10 of Coins. Now we're going to see what's happening with the bones here for Cassandra. April, May, June. Excuse me. May, June, July. April is done, huh? Da-da. Wow. Wow. It's more than I can even hardly hold. It's like the bones in my hand feel bigger than usual. My hands feel small in relation to them. It feels like there is a lot of work at hand that is tricky to grapple. Yeah. I want this above. Okay. All right. This is what we're seeing. There's a scattered sense of solowness, solowness, solowness. There's somebody that's got the high mind here. Somebody that's just matter of fact, matter of fact, matter of fact here. And then somebody that's wanting to work together, but they're afraid to do so. This is something where the energy wants to move forward, push forward, push forward, push forward. May wants to push. There's a sense and a need to ease down. The one that likes to be pragmatic and strip things down to the bare bones is not going to be likely to be the one that's pushing, 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 go, go, go. The one that has the high mind is actually the one that's going to be wanting to go. What I'm getting is this Ace of Cups with the one with the high mind right here. It should be linking up like this, and it should be linking up like this. It should be linking up more in the way of friendship, like I've got your back, I've got your back. However, it comes in very scattered and separated. So when it comes in like that, and it needs to be more aligned like this, there's work to be done to straighten it out. May feels like very much this is the energy of push, push, push. If you want to be able to get along better, these two people, these two friends, these two partners, this one needs to let her epiphanies, their epiphanies, your epiphanies, if they are yours, Cass, be yours, but not push the other one to do the thing. Rather stand in a space of support instead of pushiness. It's not quite the pushiness of somebody being domineering, but somebody feels a sense of urgency or immediacy, and the other person has a different pacing, and it's understanding this that's important. This push that you feel and their no response might have you questioning about security, about things that make you feel like you don't have enough. There needs to be moderation. This is going on in May, and then in June, we're getting Temperance card crossed by the King of Pentacles. Even more energy coming at you. Now here we're seeing in June. June's coming in, all this creative energy, trying to line things up. There is a healing to be done. There's energy of Archangel Raphael coming through. This is like above, over above the group, over above the family crowd, over above the family friction that has created a little bit of old wounding. There's something coming through here. We've got the Angel of Temperance here. I'm going to get to that and show you in a bit if I can pull it out. I can't yet. I can't. I'll show you in just a second. Right now, this is where it is, where the Angel Raphael, Archangel Raphael, call it what you ever want to call it, whether you believe in angels or fairies or dragons, doesn't matter. But whatever it is this healing energy needs to come in with creativity. The push, and the needing to control is creating a little bit of fear and lack mindset, and it does come through as almost a little overbearing for this other person. They're misinterpreting your sense of urgency, your sense of need to go forward, or let's get to it, let's get going. They're misunderstanding this. It creates a little bit of friction. There's old kind of scarring, and they will take this as not enoughness, not prepared, or like you're always trying to do for them because they can't think for themselves or they can't do it for themselves. They will misunderstand what you're trying to do to help. So lay back, ease off the gas there. While you're trying to support, don't take over. This really, really interesting energy. Now, if this is somebody else and you're this one, you'll know who's who on this. But this is the dynamic between the two. It goes outward and extends to the dynamic of the family, where things have been established over years, energy has been accrued over years. Some of this is, I'm getting dismantled. I want to see what's going on with that. Why are we being asked to dismantle some of a family pattern? Six of Pentacles. Look at this. Some of this old bones, the old gifts of the past no longer serve, and it's something that somebody's literally sitting in. Below us in the subconscious, we're sitting in it, we're steeped in the tea of something, but it feels like the bones. The bones are enough of a thing. It's not that you have to do more, and you don't have to pick the bones dry either. What are we saying here? The goodness of the vulture is to know when they're fed and full, and they won't keep on picking until they're like over full. They aren't going to gorge. They'll eat what they need. They pick at the bones, that nothing is wasted, but they aren't going to necessarily overindulge either. They will leave for other birds to come. They will leave for other things to come. The bones of a thing, the structure of a thing was enough. The gift was enough in the past. When the time when it was presented, the gift was there. That is enough of the information. That is enough of the lesson. Now you need to look at it through the eyes of a grown-ass person. Now you need to look at it through the eyes of somebody that wants to take the lead, shine, sparkle, but understands how to let others have their time to heal, and rather than to assert, this healing energy wants to come in, and you're fully stepping back, fully, fully detached in a very good way, in a space of allowance coming through here. There's healing over here that needs to be done, and there's an allowance here. It's these same two here. And it feels like the cross purposes here needs to be shifted more into a perch position. The perch position is more like this. This is when you get, you guys probably see it more like this. If you saw it like this from your view, it would look like this. The perch position. Think of like a tree and a branch, right? The perch position is what needs to be happening. This is where you can see this. You can see the smoke rising. What is this about? It's the smoke rising from the cottage. You sometimes get fractal images, fragments of images. Fragments of things need to be enough. It's not that it's going to be satisfying, but it's enough of a clue to lead you forward. I'm not sure what this is about, but getting just a fragment of what the other person might be going through. Having a little bit more compassion of what they're going through instead of taking over, but allowing them to go through it and learn from it and get this healing energy, because you're just allowing them to be them instead of trying to push, heal, overdo, self-improve, and then they improve. You know, it doesn't do us any good to go through the whole aisle of self-improvement, self-help, meditational, metaphysical, blah, blah, blah books and then foist them upon others. It does good for our soul to grow in our space and allow others their own growth rate, their own space. Allow them to ask us about the things that we have learned when they are ready to receive. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you want to share this information, let them approach you. Don't just spew. This is how you get the better balance. This is how you honor the giving at the appropriate time. A timing comes in. There's a little bit of this liminal periwinkle blue. This is looking for hyacinth. It's not even lilacs and lavender. I'm getting hyacinth type flowers. They're abundant, and people don't really pay attention to them until the right time to bloom. Don't know what that's about. That's what I'm getting. May, June. That's what I'm getting. July, moving forward. Let me show you this temperance. This gorgeous temperance card. Okay. May, June, July. The challenge is to let the dismantling of the old bones be what it is. Let yourself dismantle what it is you want to dismantle at your pace and the other at their pace. Enough said. Enough covered. June. There's a sweet spot coming up, and it's not even just so much like, sometimes this will mean across purposes, but this is actually a sweet spot, new direction. You going forward in this new direction, you honored whatever the lessons of the hyacinth and the periwinkle blue is. This is something that you've understood. You're putting a little bit more of this overly heady, overly cosmic-y energy, always being in your head, always being in spiritual space. You have to be grounded sometimes. You have to allow yourself to be grounded in order to make the crossing, in order to move across something. It's not just always about the challenge. You have to allow yourself to be grounded a little bit more. The Knight of Cups comes in. Now this feels like the other person coming in a little bit more ready because you've learned to quest the grail for yourself. Yes. Ride the hero horse for yourself. Yes. But also allow the other person the same thing. There's a huge amount of heart healing. When you're stepping off the gas over here, it's really actually creating openings for them to explore for themselves. And this is what's so gorgeous. They're coming in with full of this big-hearted, open-heartedness, much more receptive heart coming up in July. This is huge for you. Your direction has shifted, their direction has shifted, and the energy has flipped. There's been a flip. You're more grounded and more practical. The other person, this is very A-B kind of reading, but the other person is now starting to pursue a little bit more of their spiritual stuff at their own pace, and it really is something that is delightful. Don't forget the power of play to teach. Nell was on my case a little bit about this earlier, about how she's always saying play, 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 because it's one of the easiest ways to open to spirit. There's joy and delight in doing that. This is where you get the breakthrough. You dust the seriousness off of a thing, and the challenge becomes, instead of adversarial, it becomes more engaging. It becomes more exciting for both the people and for the whole family extended. There is, I'm getting, when I get throngs, it means multiple people, multiple ancestors, spirit guides, helpers, the like, multiple people. I'm getting the throngs that are trying to help. You don't have to push, the throng is at hand. Okay. All right. I want to see what else is coming up. You don't have to push, the throng is at hand. What it's telling me is there's lots of people in the background lining things up for you and whoever this is that you're concerned about with for. And you need, when you back off this, they are also pushing. They are also guiding. They are helping. It's like, okay, yes. If you were to go bowling and there's the bumper rails on the side, you don't chase after the ball just trying to keep it in line, and then do the strike for the person if they bowled the ball. No, you bowl the ball, and if the bumpers are there, that's what the throng is doing. That's what the throng is there for. If it has to go in the gutter a time or two, fine. The other person, they get their turn to step up and bowl whatever it is they bowl. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Okay, what else we got here? Real quick. 5 of Swords. All right. This is me telling you. You might know it all, but don't be a know-it-all. This is adding insult to injury does not serve. Even telling them, well, I told you this 5 months ago. I told you this. This is what I've been trying to tell you. Bite your lip. Bite your tongue, because you will be shooting yourself in the foot if you're like, well, see, that's what I told you. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody. And you're typically not that way. There will come a moment in July when it's just like, well, duh, to your person, and your person does not need that shit. So do not do that shit, okay? I don't know what that is about, but that's what that is about. Okay, all right, we'll go one more. If you want to be peas in the pod, if you want to be on the same page together, you have to let the other pea be the individual pea to be peas in the pod. Otherwise, you're just mush. Okay, all right, don't know what it's about, but okay, fine. One more. 7 of Wands. You will want to defend and be a little bit overly defensive. Realize that the boundary that's clear for you only needs to be clear to you. And then you can act in a way rather than speak in a way or get in battles. Like if you're not taking calls, say like my phone goes off between 10 at night and 9 a.m. That's if I want to sleep, if I want to think, if I want to do my thing, I just put on the do not disturb. That's a boundary I can set. I don't have to pick up the phone to somebody that calls at 10:15 and say, you know that you're not supposed to call me after 10. No. It's like you set the boundary, you honor the boundary. Once it's clear for you, you can honor that and it will get clear for others. You can assert it gently or kindly in a way that doesn't create an argument. This is huge for you to know. Because your patience will be sorely tested. It's why the Temperance is coming in here. And look at this Temperance. She does have a little bit of horns. She's trying to figure out the formula, but there's a little bit of the devil control type of energy in there. You figure out your formula, they figure out their formula. What else? Whoa. It's part of the contract, part of the lover's choices. When you choose other than self, that it's very complementary and counterbalances self. Sometimes the very thing that draws us to another is the thing that gets on our nerves after we've been married to the person or dealing with the person for years. But this is your choice. Understand the gift that that person offers, the gift that they are as they are. And as they grow and develop and learn their lessons, they will be teaching you too. You're not the only one that knows answers. They know answers. Their way is equally valid. Their way of doing is equally important. You need to get yourself into a little bit more of the student mode to avoid the battlefield and also hold your boundary. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's as clear and complete as it's going to get. It's gorgeous, gorgeous energy. You're just a little bit headier than your person. That's what I've got. So that feels very complete. That was a beautiful reading. Holy smokes. And this is the Four Worlds Tarot, and I've ordered a second deck of this. Hopefully I'll be getting it hopefully on Saturday. Fingers crossed. It could be a little bit longer than that. We'll see. We'll see when it actually arrives. But that's what I've got. You are so welcome, Cass. So welcome. I hope that makes sense to you. It's going to be some good months, spiritual growth months, but just because you're getting epiphany, and light bulbs turned on everywhere doesn't mean they're in the same chapter of that book. They're probably in the same book, just a different space. So don't go around being the spoiler, okay? All right, let me put these away, and we will see what comes up next. And if you want to get on the list, please let Kim know. She helps me keep my brain on straight and keep track of things. And let her know, then I'll check the list. I'm going to get a little bit of water, and we'll keep going. So that's what we got. Let me get this to the side for a minute. And I wanted to look and see what her name is. I want to say Jillian Hart, but I don't think that's the right name. Okay, so I found this in my stuff yesterday. Naked Heart Tarot Spreads, with cloth, Jillian Wild. Jillian C. Wild. So hopefully you guys can see that. And JillianCWild.com. So if I don't remember that, that's who does that. So yay, hooray. All right, water, and then we can get going again. Hey, Jen, how are you? Okay, guys. Let me see what else is going on and see if I can clear some of this nonsense out. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've done one of the free micros, and we just did a bones reading. That was one of the $50 readings. Oh, darn it. I think that this is just, there we go. I think I almost opened TikTok on my iPad again. But that's not what I was intending to do. Okay, so we can go, you're about to pay baby? I don't know. Oh, okay. All right, Jen's paying for a read. Great. So we'll put Jen on the list. If you let me know what your question is, that would be great. And we will see what's going on. Yeah, and Kim helps me keep my brain on. So if you want to ask your question or whatever, we'll just get to it. And I'll get a little bit more water. So I am wearing my other pair of backup glasses. Hey, Diana, hi. I finally found them, but I wasn't looking for them. Just like the other day, I was saying they'll probably turn up when I'm not looking for them. And so did just a little shot of my Singer spray, which I don't know why it showed up, but it did. I have another one that's a little bit more full. I'm sure it will turn up eventually too. So yay, that's always good. So don't look for whatever it was what I was getting told. So it's like, all right, that's fine. So that's what I did, not worry about it. And then, of course, I came across it. I wonder if settling into my whole house might be that way this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Okay, so I see that Jen paid on Cash App, and I don't see your question there, but if you have a question and shoot it through, then great. It's fine to do it full. If you want a question, great. If not, and if you want me to just go in blind, that's fine too. So just let me know. I'm looking at the TikTok scroll right now. Just the general. Okay, you got it. Who? Jen, we're not in the Deviant Moon. We're in the Hanson Roberts for you. Now this one comes up a lot when people are trying to untangle a knot. And I always look at the back of this pattern. It's also when people are getting in a synchronistic flow. Habukana, yes, Habukana. Okay, I'm getting the Zebu symbol for Habukana, which is about effortless connection. This is what's going on. It's not so much a tangled mess. There's effortless connection going on. I'm going to show it to you. Here, it's probably easiest to show in here. Then we'll get into your read if I can find the page that I was working on it. If not, I'll just straight up draw it for you. Come on, you. It's this one. Okay. This little one on the bottom. And for me, I start at this side and go like this. Let's see if I can do it from backwards. I don't know if I can. It's effortless connection. The word in Zebu language is Habukana. It's the Zebu symbol for effortless connection. Yeah, and it made it into the Big Chief tablet over there too. Yeah, Big Chief tablet is coming out again. So it was time. Effortless connection. This one, very similar in this. This is why we're going there. So Habakana, effortless connection and effortless unentanglement. Untangling, effortless untangling. So let's see what's going on. All right. You're stepping into this time of flow, even though there's like, I don't want to use the word, there's explosions. That's probably the better word. There's things firing off like fireworks everywhere. Here, there, everywhere. Lots of stuff coming at you, but there's effortless flow going on in a way that is quite joyful for you. So don't get caught up and lost in the distraction or the chaos. Okay. One more shuffle. Okay, hopefully you can see I'm going to flip this down. Makes sense. Good. Okay. Flip this down this way. This way. Hopefully you can see it. All right. I'm going to layer this in. I want to get crossing cards across the whole top row. That's a really weird thing, but that's what I want to get. You got the bull in the china shop, the charging everywhere. What is the crossing card typically, or what is the challenge for you, is the Empress. It's the motherhood challenge of trying to be everyone for everything for everyone and do everything all at once, and a lot of energy and a lot of on-the-go energy. Slowing it down is a good idea. The Just Slow Down. I think it's an Emmy Rossum song that I was telling a friend about the other day. She was in the Phantom Show, but look for, I think it's Emmy or Emma Rossum, and Just Slow Down. Seven of Swords. This Sneaky Pete is here, and this is representing you, sabotaging you because you won't slow down. You don't want to slow down, and this is actually a necessary thing. This person is stealth. They honor the gift of stealth. Rather than stealing from self by self-sabotage, you need to be more stealthy with your energy, with your energetic units. You need to be more balanced. Crossing each of these things, it's like you've got double challenges. Bing, bing, yay. But this is what you've got. The conscious thoughts about the synchronicity and the waiting and the time period of waiting. You can't hurry fate. You can't do enough to prepare enough to get ready enough to get ready enough to get ready enough to rush something that doesn't want to be rushed. A turtle isn't a rabbit. A turtle's going to move at a turtle space, and that's how it is. The turtle pace is just fine for the turtle. Just because it's friends with the hare doesn't mean it wants to be the hare. You can't hurry whatever this is. The turtle needs to go at turtle pace. The synchronicity will be there. You will both be able to observe and move through the same thing, actually within the same time frame, time window. You like to create, you like to do, you're hard at work here. This is you getting mastery over something. Don't think for a minute the turtle hasn't mastered turtleness either. How do you even know that you are the rabbit? You don't know that. You don't know that. You might be a turtle trying to keep up with another rabbit. Maybe just activate your inner turtle for a bit. It won't hurt you one damn bit. Turtles work really hard to be able to swim in the ocean and develop their shell and do all the things they do to be land and water animals, reptiles, whatever you call them, amphibians. You need to be in turtle mode. You think you need to be in rabbit mode. Silly, Jen. Twix are for kids. You're not the rabbit. That's the truth of it. Hilarious. This is what's going on consciously. Subconsciously, what you're sitting in is juggling and balancing and juggling and balancing and juggling and balancing. And the Seven of Rods is saying, you know what? You've got the higher ground. You've got the higher boundary. You don't need to juggle. Just let it flow. Let it flow. Again, the effortless flow. The Habakana. This is what needs to be. It's that space. I'll try and draw it. It goes like this. So I know this is on mirror, so it should work just fine. It goes like this. Okay? So it looks very much like this minus one of the loops, right? It's effortless connection. When you're putting too much effort in, you're not connecting. You're not getting the downloads. Sometimes downloads, spiritual downloads, information, or epiphanies will come through just quick flashes. And they teach far more than being in our head over analyzing a thing. This is what's going to be happening for you. The environment around you is clarity. The Queen of Swords holds the sword of truth, the sword of clarity, and she knows what she knows. There isn't a reason to analyze it. There's clarity there. Just keep it in your zone where you feel integrity about it, and it's going to be fine. There's clarity about what it is. Don't be working so hard. Polish what needs polished. Whatever is second nature is second nature. Trust it. Next coming up is King of Fire and King of Water coming up together. Look at the two different, very, very powerful leaders. This one strongly leads, super verbal, super, I need to inspire the whole damn world. And this one's like, keep calm, chill out, motherfucker. Calm down, slow down. There needs to be more balance. This one can lead better by actually being calm, by actually being a little detached. This is beautiful energy. It doesn't mean there's no passion. It doesn't mean there's no compassion. Both are actually very, very present, but there's a balance going on. Now here in the near future, we're seeing family harmony. This is where you have inheritance. This is sometimes a gift of money. Often it's a breakthrough. This is where the legacy is mentioned. This is, what do you want to leave behind? How do you want to influence it going forward? We're getting light language coming into you. We've got the Habakana, and then we've got Maho and Sofefe Atididi. It's mother, father, and all the descendants, day after day after day, all the descendants, day after day after day. Letting in the energy, leaving the lessons behind, how you mark your days, how you do your days, draw the energy down, slow down, stretch out the time. You are impatient, stretch out the time, slow it down. Let them approach you. Let the lessons, let those moments come as they come. Don't worry about crash course teaching this, that, the other to family or kids, or have you done enough or been enough. Sit. Let it come to you. Temperance is right here. No surprise here. You saw this here. What have I been saying throughout? Slowing it down. This is really, really learning how to be in tortoise mode, in turtle mode. King of Cups is the outcome here. This is beautiful. After seeing it here, in the recent past, King of Wands is learning about King of Cups, the environment around you, and the hopes and fears. The environment around you, clarity, hopes and fears. Can you get it balanced? Yeah, you can. What's the outcome? King of Cups. This is where there's compassion that actually comes through rather than pressure. And what else are we getting? What else do we need to know about this besides that slow it down? Production is up. How did I not get this before? Sorry. Rabbits, production, reproduction. Prolificness isn't the answer. Doing more and producing more. You can't factory stamp out this shit. It's not about more. Produce, reproduce. You don't need to fuck it to death is what I'm getting. You don't need to make, do. No. It's not have, do, be. It's be. It's just be. Enjoy the happiness. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy these challenges that come ahead. Enjoy the newness of the experience through someone else's eyes. Reflect on a thing, but don't get all drama about it. And then just find the balance. Lightly juggle. You are being asked to go about this in a lighter manner. In a much lighter manner. We're going to go into Witch Sisters for just a minute. Now this is Julia Jeffrey. She did the Hidden Realms, but she's got some fierce women in here. And this just ain't going to cut it for the Empress for you. You need to be able to see the fierce just for a second. I know the effortless connection and the graciousness is all here. But sometimes... oh my God. What do we get? Oh, we get kind of this rabbit energy here. We get the Queen of Wands here. Then what else do we get? Oh, the Ten of Stones where the Queen of Wands sat. You're already producing and reproducing and doing enough. Sometimes the cards are too good. Wholly, entirely different deck. What are the two cards? These two cards. With all the rabbit shit that's coming through here. Yeah, you need to be turtle. Yeah, that's fucking amazing. I have gone through 3 of these Hanson Roberts decks for this reading, for effortless connection, to get you the message to go about it in the effortless way of flow. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. You just can't. That's what I've got for you. That's complete, babe. Yeah. Holy smokes. Yeah, and this is the Witch Sisters from Julia Jeffries and the Hanson Roberts, which is beautiful. Hanson Roberts, this is the biggest size these cards come. I wish they would create these bigger. They're easy to shuffle, but I would love to see these images bigger. So yeah, that's what I've got. You are so, so welcome. Okay, Jack for a mini. Just 1 second, Jack, and we will see what's going on for you. Let me get a little bit of water. I'll scooch this all together, clean it up. All right. Let me get some water, and then I'll check the decks. Okay. There's 2 decks that are coming to mind, and Deviant Moon is one of them, but that's not right. I think what we're supposed to be in is the Anna Kay deck. Let me see if I can locate it. I swear I had it just the other day. Yeah, I can say that about so many of them. Just 1 second. We'll see if I can find the Anna Kay. Where the heck? Just 1 second, guys. I want to look. If I can't find it, I'll grab one that's similar, but that is the one that would be a really great teacher for you. Let me look. Nope. Ha! It is where I thought it was. I just didn't see it because of these big guys in here. The Anna Kay. All right. Put this right here for now. Okay. So we've got Jack for a mini. And Jack, do you have a question for me? Okay, hang on. Let me look at this. Sweet Dreamer wants the $20 one. Okay, I'll look at that in just a minute. The $20 one is the blind one. Guidance about your social media, how you can increase engagement and passive income. Okay, great. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. We're going to do this in a strange little way. What I'm getting is this image of an arc here. So just think like a crescent arc here and a crescent arc down here, and then on each side. It's like these are vortexes, force fields, that kind of energy is what I'm getting. So we're going to go all around this whole issue, then we'll go to the center of it. We're going to start with the 3 below. Three above. I'm getting the energy of the 4 directions coming through also on this. Just be aware, this is what's going on. Now, for you, when you see this, it might just look like a circle, but we're going to allow some more space in there to begin with, and then I will bring it closer if I need to so you can see it. Okay. All right. So hopefully you can see. All right. And then I want to put, it's like this is an energy, this is an energy. Each little threesome here is the energy. 2 are the crossing. Waiting for new messages and buried treasure. This is what's going on. Waiting for new messages to come within the next couple of months. Things will be coming through. The buried treasure you have to work to get to. Don't anticipate that it's coming overnight. This is something about in 8 weeks. This is often 8-week time frame for me, and that feels very, very accurate. Down below, this energy of strength. Again, we're getting a reference to Leo, a little bit of heartache, and then the High Priestess. There's sadness in not being able to deliver what it is you want to teach in the way, or having what you want to get out there as the message feel like it's resonating enough with others. There's something about unteaching, undoing for you is coming through. Rather than being and teaching and doing and presenting, there's a way of just being and being in the mode of, there's a lot of teacher student energy bouncing around. Being in the energy mode of exploring student is one of the best ways that you can teach. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. You've been thinking about starting a new TikTok account. It might be a way to do it. And if it's covering a different subject, a different topic, it might be something that you can bounce back and forth. It might be that there is a little bit of crossover or bleed over to do, but it feels like it would be very separate than what you've been doing before. There's a little bit of an understanding, underlying, undoing, unteaching, revisiting, re-exploring, re-studying. I don't know what that's about, but that's what I'm getting. Sit with it for a bit, be with it for a bit. This is what you need to sit in. If there's something you've considered doing and it's a TikTok account and you want to set it up, say one of your interests is pottery and the other interest is horses. Really very, very different. They might not have a whole lot of crossover, but they might be what balances you out. It might be things that you are more meant to do. Maybe doing this whole thing about pottery, there's not a lot of people that are into pottery, and horses is where you're really supposed to be, but you needed to do this thing about pottery first, if you get what I'm saying. You're barely getting engagement on your account. Yeah, and don't doubt that the algorithm will fuck with us sometimes, but this whole thing that you're saying and suggesting, it seems like you're on the right path, on the right track already in your mind. Sit with it and decide, what do you want to feature in this other one? It needs to be different than what you're doing now. It doesn't mean you can't do both, but it means you can shift your focus a little bit, and that might be helpful in getting you to explore, and you engaged in learning might be more fun for people to see than you teaching and feeling like you're not getting the response. If you're teaching to a sleepy class, if everybody's asleep, or if people are just barely tuning in because they're busy, this other thing, the horse channel, whatever that is to you, is going to be something where you're actively learning, exploring, and more engaged, and it's going to be a little bit more contagious for them. That's what I'm getting that you're sitting in. Above you consciously, Queen of Cups reflects on the loss, reflects on something that didn't quite go how she planned, and has her dream again. Knows the Magician is there that can manifest, and then also the King of Cups. It's a much more balanced thing for you. You get to do both energies and have a little bit of magic enter in. This is what you're thinking of. Your mind is very, very clear that you need to bring something else forward. Yeah, very, very clear. Past, future. We've got the moon, death, and the star. There was something that was hidden from you that wants to reveal itself now, that wants to transform, and this is to do with that dreaming again. Different other area. Hopes and dreams, true north, the star. This leads us right here. Let me bring this close so you can see. This would lead us, if we were going full circle, it would be right before this Queen of Cups. This is where it lands. The star, Queen of Cups, Magician. That is powerful energy to be in between. This feels very much like you right here. Okay, going forward, we have the Lovers, the Five of Rods, and the Knight of Rods. There's a little bit of feeling like you have to compete and compare, and all of this energy versus what you're contracted to do, what you enjoy to do, what brings you delight to do. Go towards where the heart's desire brings you delight, not where you feel like you have to compete with others, because frankly, nobody can compete with anybody. We all get in this competitive kind of mindset and this competitive kind of thinking, but we're only here to be ourselves and be our best selves, and no one else has that job except for ourselves. When you bring that kind of stuff forward, that's when you're in your golden sweet spot, and that's what needs to happen. Hold the banners high for yourself as you are, going strongly as you are. This is huge, huge, huge. It's going to take a little bit of work, but I would definitely do it. I would definitely dive in, like dive bomb in. You know when you see a bird go for a fish in the lake and it's like, this is what it is. This is what the feeling is. Dive bomb into that energy. If it's playful excitement in the horse category, not the powdery category, you know what I'm talking about, then that's what you can do. All right, what's next? The slow growth of whatever is the pottery channel might still be the slow growth of that channel. The key for you is shifting out of what feels stagnant to you or what feels in a space of lack and shifting into this place of fun and energy and play. Okay, all right. Okay, we're going to the Big Chief Journal. This was a fragmented meditation that I got. Meditation is sometimes a triggering word. This was what I got this morning when I was um, meditating, doing my thing. I got a fragment. I couldn't even journal the words in about it. But let me break it out for you because I think it's relevant to you, Jack. 1 second. Okay. So this is light language the other day. Clearly able to get the verbal skills on. Today, who was in here? Nell and Gogs. What did it all mean? I don't know. This is what I can explain to you. This is Gogs in his hut. This is Gogs' pipe. This is where he was standing as the boy. Nell was trying to get down off the stream, splash, and cross the stones. Gogs was going the other direction. This was Nell and Gogs on the stream, and it's like Nell was splashing, holding her balance, standing on the rock so easily and so clearly. And Gogs was trying to get across, and the only way that she could get Gogs over his fear of water, which I did not know he had, over the fear of water, was to splash, and say, come on, catch me if you can. Then she grabbed his hands, held his hands, and applied pressure, and got where she would back up, and he would follow, because he was having fun. It became a game. And this is how she got him, and he got clear across the stream and went down the trail with her towards the forest. What he was going to discover, who knows? But he got over the fear of the water. And this was Gogs as a boy. I mean, he was probably maybe 9 years old. But because there was play involved, and she was like pushing, and he would push back, you know? When somebody says you can't do that, and you're like, oh, the fuck I can't, and I'm going to do it. There was that kind of animated energy going on between them. There was something going on where pushing, and she knew if she could bring the play, that was one of the most instrumental tools. That's why she's always on about it. But for Gogs, there had to be challenge and like almost being told, well, you can't do that, or that would never work. Or if you're afraid of water, who cares? Focus on these trees behind me. So she did this, and for whatever reason, that's what came through. This was all I could get down. I couldn't get words, I couldn't get verbal, I couldn't get nothing. And okay, if you want to know what these are trees. Trees, the path, the big mystery, the stream, the rocks. You can see the energy of Nell here, the energy of Gogs there. That's all I could get in there. If you're getting those kinds of fragments and those kinds of things that are glimpses of what it is, allow that to be enough. Allow it to lead. It's enough of a clue. Sometimes we want this whole big, here's the list, here's all the structure, here's all the order, and sometimes the clue is what's enough to look back and forth, and see what's going on. Chad says, what's in the box? I don't know. Maybe you mean this. This is just where he was saying, I don't know what's going on here, but this was just where he was as the boy outside the house before he smoked the pipe. So I don't know. So, okay, I didn't ask that question. So anyway, back to here. Let's see what else you need to know, Jack. Yes, do the other channel. Flat out. Yes. Queen of Wands is not the poor little match girl. You are not the poor little match girl. You've just been feeling a little bit that way because things haven't going about how you planned. We don't get to control every aspect. We get to control what we bring into it. So if we can't control the aspect we're in, we can control the energy we bring to it. If something hasn't been working out in the past and it's left us between the star and the magician, it's time to focus on what we want to manifest next. That's what we've got. That's what we've got. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. That's incredible. That's complete, honey. That's what I've got. That's what I've absolutely got. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that you said the victim mentality a bit because we go there. We do. We get discouraged and we're like, yeah, and self-doubt might creep in. And that's part of the human experience too, learning to recognize that what it is. It doesn't mean that every moment we're like, tra-la-la, I can conquer the world. No, sometimes it's like, oh, fuck. Boy, that was a doozy. That's okay. As long as we decide that we want to shift this or be accountable for what it is and can recognize it, we can move forward from it. You're welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. Okay. We've got Jonna for a blind. Let's see what's going on. And I hope I'm saying that right. Is that right? Maybe it's Wana for a blind. I don't know. Jonna is what I'm seeing for a blind. So we're going to do that next. Let's see what's going on. You're a funny one today. Okay. It's like you are having a funny day. This is a strange brew, Jonna. We've got some kind of kitchen witch oracle. We've got the everyday witch oracle, and then we've got the animal oracle, and I don't know if it's a shaman oracle or just the animals deck. Not sure which. Okay. There's like pepper in the air. Why do we have so much pepper in the kitchen right now? We're going to find out. There's pepper in the kitchen. Something's almost too hot. Yeah, there's pepper in the kitchen. It's like you're coughing. It's hot. It's like you've accidentally peppered something with cayenne, not meaning to. What's going on with that? We've got ginger, chamomile, and dandelion. Even ginger can be a little bit spicy hot if you don't use proportions correctly. This is power, relax, and wishes. Okay, this is what we're seeing here. I want to put these down at the base, and I want a line between, and then I want more of these. I want to raid your kitchen pantry, go into the cupboards and see what's going on. There's something in the kitchen you've been in there over long and it's hot. The old phrase, now you're cooking with gas. It takes a little longer to cook with gas. You open up the oven, and if it's like you've turned it on and you've got gas in the oven and it's like hot, it's like you feel like you're going to singe your eyebrows off. That kind of energy coming through. There's one that needs to come through right through the center here. And then two animals to the side. What do we got? Sun and stars energy. Needing to get outside in the night and cool down. Cool the fuck off is what I'm getting, honey. This is the time to cool, get a different perspective, look at things that are outside. I'm getting more celestial, more eternal, more ethereal, all of this. You've been in the kitchen in the realm of pragmatic a little too much. The perspective needs to shift. It needs to be that you get the scope and you are really looking about things from a different perspective. With good company is what I'm getting. Okay, what else do we got? The mountain goat, there's a huge amount of stubbornness coming in. This is fighting. This is fighting for love, ardent declarations, and it says may hide unfaithfulness. But what I'm getting is stubborn old goat. Then beaver. And this is like where you're working to build the dam. It says investing in home comforts provides security and family togetherness. This is the stubbornness. Like if I were to read this as pertaining to you and your person, this would be you, the beaver. Your person would be the stubborn old goat. Yet if you start to see each other more like you, and the stubborn old goat can be the cat, can be the familiar, can be the friend again, that will be a good thing for you. Let's go back into the kitchen a little bit. It's like you've been in there all day cooking, you're coughing, and the ginger, this is where I'm getting the cayenne spice. I'm not sure what this is about. It's overspiced. Overly feisty, actually, for you. Okay, what else needs to happen? Go into the kitchen later in the evening. What are you brewing then? That's the time of chamomile. That's the time of calmness. You need to brew the time of calmness. Got honey, ambrosia, and that's coming through here. Sweetness, sweetness, sweetness. Mugwort for intuition coming through here. Knowing that the stubborn old goat needs to calm down too. Knowing you need to bring calmness before you can expand. Hemp is coming in for expansion. The sweetness needs expansion. What else do we have here? Hang on for a second. I want to get one more on here. I want to get to the sweetness and the ambrosia right in the middle. We're going to get here, and then we're going to get the chamomile where you relax. Straight down the middle with these two. Okay, all right, all right. This is accepting love. What is the sweetness? Accepting love. Accepting the offer, whatever is being offered, being accepting of it. This is also understanding who you're dealing with. Chamomile and relax. And this is saying change and progress. This person is learning to go with the flow instead of paddling upstream. Now I'm going to flip these all so you can see them right side up. But this is what we're getting. So you don't have to fight the current. You are going with the flow. This is the sun and stars. This is the balancing. The goat and the beaver. This is really who you are. If you could even switch the positions on these, you would be more face to face. But directionally, you tend to be back to back with your partner a little bit. It doesn't mean always button heads. It just means not on the same page easily. And the time to accept the sweetness that's being offered will get you on the same page. This is huge for you. The time for expansion of love of heart is coming in, and your intuition knows this. There's also a little bit of asking you to get a little bit of the better sleep, so you can get the chamomile before you go to sleep, and this is relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. Take in the vastness of the universe, get a little bit of perspective of how amazing it is to be alive right now instead of caught in the daily grind. Get out of the hot, hot kitchen, come back to the kitchen when it's cool. Have something that's relaxing to drink, like a chamomile tea or something like that, before you go to bed, before you calm down, before you bookend your day. This is what I'm getting. This is beautiful energy for you. The honey and ambrosia and the love that's coming through, it happens when you start looking through a different lens. That's complete. That is beautiful, 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 beautiful. So that's what I've got for you, honey. This is fabulous. I think easy on the ginger or the cayenne. And sometimes you can put that in teas with honey and with chamomile and with lemon and all that. But go easy on it. Otherwise, you're going to be coughing again rather than expressing yourself clearly. So that's what I got. Next out is Lola for the blind. Okay. 1 second. We'll gather these up. That was beautiful. Okay. These right here. And we'll see what's coming in next. Lola for the blind. Lola. You're welcome, Juana. You're welcome. Lola, we have big whispers, little whispers coming in. Now, this is interesting. We'll just have little whispers and the big whispers. So, this is whispers of healing. This is a very, chills, very, very Josephine Waldeck. But Lola, this is what's coming in for you. Big whispers, little whispers. What's coming in for Lola? Wow. I don't think I've ever done these two together. They're the same exact deck. They're identical deck. But big whispers, little whispers is coming through. Okay, all right. We're getting the stone. I thought we were getting the circle. We're getting the stone again. The stone's like I showed you in the Gogs picture that Gogs wasn't in, but he was in. Yeah, the stones. There's a lot of hopping. A lot of hopping coming in. The rocks are slick. It's a slippery time. It's a tricky time to navigate. The thing I showed with Nell and Gogs earlier applies equally to you and your situation. It applies not only for right now, but I would take that to be the energy of summer for you. I don't know what that's about, but that's what it is. Paying attention to the big energy and the small is huge for you. Okay. Big energy first. You're trying to get over to this side. I don't know if you can see this. You're trying to get over to this side here. See how this comes through here. Let me lift this. See if I can get this to do. Hopefully. Well, that didn't do much, but I will show you as we go. Yeah, my little thing is going. So we've got Bountiful Harvest. You're already in it. You don't even know it. Bountiful Harvest, higher ground and big picture. This is telling you to enjoy the blessings that are already existent. Now I'm going to show you these big pictures really good so you can see the art. But the world is literally in your hands. Do you even know this yet? This is a beautiful, beautiful energy. You have all of the world and everything in it is yours. It's your gift. It's your blessing. It's right there. When we're looking at the big picture, we know this. The higher ground, this is how you're walking where you want to be and where you want to be more often. This is allowing what needs to bloom that seems impossible to bloom and unfold in its own timing. There's something about profound clarity at nighttime for you. There's something about, I don't know what's with wisteria or what their symbols for, but I'm getting wisteria. Now I know this is rose, and I don't know every name of every flower ever invented, but I'm getting wisteria. I don't know what that's about. You'll know what that's about. It's something you can look up. You'll know what wisteria is about. The big picture. Sing again. Look at this. How the flower blooms from the place of the planet that you hold already. What it is that is your blessing is blooming and coming into its own, and you already hold the power in your hand. You are already doing it. Allowing that higher ground, the higher self, and the divine timing to be in play. Huge for you. Now the little stones, when you're hopping around, Catch your breath. Don't push too hard. Inner truth. There's a June Wanderer. This is what I'm getting. There's a June Wanderer holding light. Now, she is holding this light in her hand. You can see, instead of the whole globe. This is June, specific to June. Catch your breath, catch your breath. May, you're pushing and catching your breath, pushing and catching your breath. It's like so much you're dealing with, and it's a big leap to the little one, and the next one is a little one. And you'll stay here in your inner truth for quite a bit. This is June. This is June. Illumination comes in June. There's a 4 and a 4 and a 4. This is a number 16. It's like a block and a block and a block. There's a sense of getting grounded, understanding, surveying the land, surveying what's going on from a different position. This is leading you to the higher ground. You're bringing in your higher self, but this is leading you closer to that time where things are unfolding. And there's a little bit of patience that's going to be required. Slowing down for a minute in May because there's so much coming at you. Then when June comes, really slow it down. I'm getting June 22nd through June 26th. It's super specific. June is relevant. During that time frame is a window where a family member has birthday. And so when I get June, I'll ask, is it near this birthday? And what I'm getting isn't exactly the date, but I'm getting a 22 to 26. That window of time, those 4 days, are very sacred for you. Very sacred contemplations on those days. I don't know what days of the week they fall on. I don't even know. I just know that's what I'm getting. It's yes, this is what I'm getting. These are days where maybe you're going to be more spiritually tuned in, maybe having more dream space, and I wouldn't even call it download. I would call it epiphanies in the dream space is what's coming on. So do take very, very good care of yourself in the month of June. This is something huge. The epiphanies come in through that window of time if you are in this space of clarity, and you will be. You get to the higher ground, and then there's contemplation that comes in. Now this is beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. References of strength coming in here. Huge, huge, huge reference of strength. And then getting to the big picture. There's one more she needs about the big picture. She needs one more secret unveiled. What is the lion about? What is the lion about? Who is the lion with her? The lion is a link. Bountiful harvest comes again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have never ever duplicated this deck and done both of these decks in a reading. You recognize it again. You recognize it again. Oh my gosh. You recognize it again. That is gorgeous. I've never ever ever seen this. Lola. This is amazing. I'm going to show you the big picture, but this is the exact same picture. This is huge. It's understanding that you do have the big picture. It's all in your hand. I asked who was the lion, and I was wondering if it was ancestors or if it was descendants, and what is the link, and it's both. It's both. It's the essential you. We have many versions of ourselves, like we have our younger version of ourselves, maybe our midlife version of ourselves, our older version of ourselves. This is like that on steroids. It's the essence of what's come before, what's going ahead, who's come before, who's going ahead. And there's an essence, there's strong connection there. This lion is the link to the past, the now, and the future. This lion is the essence of what roars in your life. It's the essence that crowns you, and it allows you to be in so much power, in so much strength. The king is what I'm getting. The king of your surroundings, the king of your realm, of your world, of this energy. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. I'm going to show you them all one at a time real quick so you can see them. Gorgeous unfolding. Lucy's here. I thought we were done. Lucy's saying she already sees the big picture. She already knows. Lola, you already know something. You've learned it before. You know it now. You'll know it in the future again. This is something that is core to who you are. She already knows the unfolding of the rose. She already knows the unfolding of impossibility. And she already knows what wisteria means. It's not just about wistfulness. Wisteria has a different meaning altogether. There's something for her to look. There's a secret for her to remember again. And in the fairy realm, there is secret in this. Now, if you look at this card again, you can see the rose, but you also see, if you look close, you see the fairy right here. sitting in there. Oh, don't be, oh, the puzzle piece comes up. 1 second, guys. Did it do it? Okay. You can also see the fairy right there in the rose. It's like this is the inner child, the inside child, the core essence of you unfolding with more illumination and light, leading back again to the bountiful harvest. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I have never done that with these cards, and I've never seen this. I mean, we might see duplicates in tarot because it's the same 78, same 78. The odds are even slimmer on these of seeing an identical card because the decks themselves have less cards. So it's like, maybe the odds are greater that way. I don't know, but I've never seen that happen before. The bountiful harvest energy that you're in, you are in. You're in the thick of it now, and it's beautiful, so beautiful. It's gorgeous energy. So just be in it, be in the flow. You're going to have a lot come at you this month. And then next month in June, trust this truth that you have. Prepare yourself for that window of time where you're going to get epiphanies and ahas and clarity. This is huge for you. Is there anything else she needs, Lucy? Let the mind sparkle. Let the light shimmer back and forth. Let the mind sparkle go. Okay, Elshar. Let the mind sparkle. Let it shimmer back and forth. It's a way of recognizing self, recognizing soul, and recognizing soul family. That's what I've got. That's incredible. Gorgeous. Absolutely a stunner. Chad's saying, hi, Lucy. You paid for it? Yes? No? Okay. All right. We'll see what's going on. That was incredible. Holy smokes. All right, let me get some water, and we'll see what's going on. Yeah, I was stunned by that too. And this is like big whispers, little whispers. So pay attention to both. It's like all happening. It's very, very much opening for you. Oh, you are welcome. That was a surprise, huh? Yeah, I get surprised more and more by the guides sometimes, so that's great. Okay, so we're into the paid readings, Sophia. And if you've paid for a reading, let Kim know. She'll make sure that I get you on the list and get going with it. But at the beginning of the show, we usually do a couple of the micro reads, which are just 3 cards, and then we do the paid list. I'll show you guys what that is. So if you're new, maybe you don't know, but this is what's going on. So you can have a blind oracle, which I just finished. That's $20. A year ahead is $30. A mini, which is 7 to 10 cards, that's $30. A full is $40, and that's usually 15 to 20 cards. I started the show with a bones reading, and that's where I combine bones and tarot, or we can do crystal ball and tarot, or past lives, and those are my favorites. And those are $50. And this is how you can pay me. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. And the E comes before the I in feisty. It's a goofy word. I know the spelling is goofy. But that's where it is. It's a feisty butterfly. So that's the information. Beacons in the bio. Blah, blah, blah. Commercial over. Okay. All right. Kim, what is on the list next? Kim, can you screen record this for you? Okay. And I'm also recording and I'll upload it to my YouTube. So I don't know. I can't timestamp it from here as I go because I'm in the cards. But you can look for it if you recognize the cards or know about how far in. It's 12:08 and I started at 11. So that's what we're doing. But Chad on his yes or no. Chad, what's the question you want me to look at yes or no for? So just let me know what the question is and then we'll look. Is Gogs cheating on you? Okay. All right. Is Gogs cheating on you, Chad? Chad, we're going into the Druid's deck for Gogs this time. That's really interesting. Wow. I don't think so. Okay. All right. And we're getting this rock. And Gogs is saying, you're being a rockhead, a stonehead. So you're being stubbornly minded about something. I don't know why. Don't take this as an offense, but thick as a brick is the phrase. Don't be a stonehead. Don't be a blockhead. Don't be a rockhead. That kind of thing is coming through. Very unusual. Now, I was going to say, and I will say, Gogs are going to have to wait for a minute. Just like if people want to call on the archangels or invoke the energy of a god or a deity or a goddess, they are there and available to all of us whenever it is. So the notion of only one person able to ask Metatron or Jesus or Kuan Yin or Sophia or Isis or any of those, it doesn't work that way. We are in the human form, and there are so many, literally throngs of different beings, angelics and galactics, and call them what you will, different beings that want to help us. So if you want Gogs' help, all you have to do is ask for your spirit guide to help. If Gogs is helping other people, well, I sure hope he is. So I don't think Gogs is cheating on you. Let's see what Gogs has for you. The answer to your question is no, you blockhead. The answer is no. Thick as a brick. Okay, what is he trying to teach you that you are reluctant to learn? That's the question that you need to have. What is he trying to teach you that you are reluctant to learn? Quit fighting for your place, all things in their due time. This is the Seven of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Ace of Coins. Quit fighting for your place, all things in their due time. Okay, I got that message clearly. What else do you want me to tell him? Okay. He wants to come through, but you don't need the cards. This is what's going on. Peck, peck, peck. Peck, 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 young man. You peck at the ground. Why do you bother pecking at the ground? You're not made as a chicken. You're made as a man. You're made as a human of great and important stature. Made as a man, as a human. Women don't get your britches in a bunch. Made as a man, made as human, made as humankind. This is a delightful and a really engaging, important place to be, an important space to be in. There's no reason to fight for place. You already have the crop coming in. The big gift in the sky is coming toward you. You already have the crop coming in. The fruits of labor are solid for you. Okay, cover them, cover them. He's asking me to flip the cards over, so I'll show them to you one last time. Flip the cards over, and then we're just letting Gogs come through. The lesson you need to learn, son, is that you are growing, expanding, beyond bigger than your mind can conceive. Could you allow for a minute to not peck, peck, peck at the ground? Could you allow for a minute the humanness of you not to be made small, not to be made tiny? Could you allow for a minute the humanness of you to be big, to be bold, to be strong? Okay? Yeah, he's got that. Anything else? It's not just the stones as the thick as a brick or stubborn. The stones in the stream, stones in the book. The push back and forth is a gentle play. Yes. It was a gentle play and also a trick when Nell took me to the stream. I thought the water was scary. I did not want to cross. I did not want to cross over. The water had current, had flow, was fast. I was young whippersnapper then. I didn't want to cross over, but she teased me and made me mad. Angry. She teased me, made me angry, got my dander up. Push, push, push. That I could do. That I could do. Push to explore, push to explore. That I could do. Hop the rocks, hop the stones. Hop the rocks, hop the stones. Each step is enough. This stream we cross, this journey we travel. This is a big, wide river. It's a full adventure, full challenge, full on. You say full on. It's full on. It's fast to cross the rapids or even the swells. even the swells. It's fast to cross. Hop, hop, hop. Push. Play. You can do more still yet to do. More push still yet to do. I'm getting to flip the cards. These cards. It's like there's one that you want, but it needs to be allowed to have its own sense of timing for the big fruit, the big coin, the big treasure. This is what's coming. This is, yes, yes, the big gift, the big promotion, the big reward. Yes, yes, the fruits of labor will be honored. Allow it to have its own timing. Yes, push forward, more to do, more to do. More fruit to pick off the tree. More hops to make. Okay, all right. Yes? Okay. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Everything where it comes raining down and the liberation comes. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. It's a whole different tower. It's a whole different space. Debris must be cleared. Hop the rock. Move, push, move forward, cross the stream, cross the stream. Your stream fills river wide. Your stream is more like the river. You're crossing, you're moving towards, much still to do, much more hops. This, it's not a juggle, it's a balance. You'd understand a car. He's telling me like it's learning to drive a clutch car. You know when you put on the gas and ease off the clutch when you're driving a clutch car? This with Nell, clutch car. Anything else? Yeah. He's showing me a different guide. And again, he's referencing that panther. There's a sleekness to this one, not a roughness and a gruffness. There's a sleekness to what you bring through. There's a sleekness in the energy, and that panther energy is coming through. Now, I'm in the Druidcraft deck. There is no panther in the Druidcraft deck, but the sleekness of the panther is stealthy, right? It's stealthy, it's thinking, it's planning. And it's going with ease. If you're a panther, you're pawing and you're taking your time. You know, not all wild cats are afraid of the river. Sometimes the leopards can fight in the river pretty good. So be aware. There's more places and spaces you can travel. Yeah, you're not done here yet. It's not that time yet. You're still in this mode. Big things ahead down the track, but this is way in the sky, and you're still very grounded, very, very grounded. Panther is a platform of vehicles. Crown Vic Marquis cars are all Panthers. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So is Galaxy cheating on you? No. Is there another guide coming in? Yes. There's something that's in the association with panthers. Yes, there should be. Be on the lookout. There's another guide coming in. This might even be like ancestor guide or somebody from past life guide that's coming in. It's like he's not paying attention. Wake him up, Gogs. That's what I'm getting. That's what's come through. That's wild. Super, super wild. But that's what I've got for you. And that feels very complete. That's beautiful. I love that for you. I absolutely love it for you. That was great. Holy smokes. Indeed. Hey, Steph. Good to see you. Right on. Hey, Edie. Hey. Yeah, I'm putting the rock back. So, yeah. Putting the rock back. All right. So I don't know who's next on the list or what's going on the list. Let me just take a look and see if there's anything else happening. See what else is going on. Okay. I'm not seeing anything majorly going on. You are so welcome. Did it help me understanding what I saw? You know, my guides always help me in ways that come in, like the stream thing. I'm sure that's going to be multiple, that little window of time that I saw, the way that went between Nell and Gogs. I'll show it to you again. This is not Rembrandt. This is not art school, even though art pad. But this is enough of what it is, and the fact that it would stay wordless was pretty interesting to me. And so sometimes I'll dialogue, sometimes I'll be in light language, whatever. But other times, I guess it's just this, and getting it down on the page will be enough. If I want to go back to that space in my mind in meditation, if more needs to be dropped down, it will drop down. But I am learning, and maybe this is helpful for you guys, maybe not. I am learning whatever drops down in the fragments that it drops down to not expect or ask it to be more than what is presented, because there is a plethora just inside that little image, that little dynamic. To see Gogs at such a young age of the stream was quite incredible to me. He had like brownish hair, like a medium brown hair. I had no idea, but that's what he had. And the fact that he was afraid of water was something I didn't know. So more comes through at unusual times, and it's like, okay, all right. So if I'm just open and get out of my way, or get my expectations kind of put to the side and let things come through, then I think that I will get more from that and more from that. So that's what I've got. So yeah, I think it does help. And it's interesting. Even Gog struggles to get, and this is Gog's and I learning to be on the same page, struggles to get what might be the metaphor. So the push and pull between he and Nell like this, and then it took me a minute to get to where, okay, he's talking about like a clutch car. It sometimes takes a minute to click download. So this is me learning. She made him angry. She did. She kind of pushed his buttons on purpose, pissing him off. Like, you're not brave enough to come across the water, or I dare you to come across the water. Oh, he won't do it, that kind of thing. So yeah, really a wild one, but that's what I've got. So I think that's everybody on the list for today. I thought maybe we would do a collective. And then if the list has anyone else, then great. We'll keep the list open while we're doing the collective, and then we'll go from there. So let's see what's going on in the collective. What do we want to be doing? Surprised. We are going to the Enchanted Dreamer. Thanks for not cheating on me, guys. That's an impossibility, Chad. It's a very human way to put it, but it's an impossibility. Hey there, Star. Good to see you. Okay, we're going to go to the collective. Okay, so you know how sometimes they say look for angel numbers or repeated numbers or repeated numbers? You're not always going to see the 10-10, the 11-11, but sometimes, like, you'll see a 10-10, then you'll see a 12-12, then you'll see a, like right now, it's 12-22, 1-2-2-2. You'll see these and you'll go, what the heck? They are trying to get your attention, make their presence known. It doesn't mean you have to immediately go look up the angel number meaning. It means pay attention to what's going on around you right then, or pay attention that somebody from the other side is trying to catch your attention right there. All right, we're going into the Enchanted Dreamer for the collective today. That's where we're going. Today's collective. Okay. Something about the never was. It's the never land, and the never was an extended childhood. I'm going to show you what I've got for cards here. We've got the Three of Swords, a bittersweet about what the never was, and then this little bit of nostalgia about this bittersweet never was. It's kind of an interesting energy because we're moving forward and beyond what is this nostalgic never was, this yearning for something that really never was. Sometimes we might romanticize, I don't know, the 50s or the Wild West, but it never was. All those good old days were never as good as our mind will sweeten them in memory. The hardship and the difficulty of those and the growing pains that come when we grow up, we have to shed nostalgia sometimes and move forward. The world is experiencing something like this. This is a time where we stand in our truth, be in our truth, hold to our truth, and understand the never was. The never was. This is when the ideals that we want to have, we fall short of, but the ideals are still good to strive for. The ideals are still good to strive for. The things that we fight for, the things that we honor, the things that we value, those are still good ideals to have. They are not meant to constrain us, and they are meant to have us grow up and grow out of them to create more beauty, to stand in our truth, not to keep us attached and holding on to something that wasn't, not to keep us greedily hoarding and not sharing. The world needs us to share our light. I say that often. Lately, we've been getting the message to lift each other up and see the invisible, but today, we need to see the truth of our own, what never was. We need to see the beauty of our own truth as it is, as it sits right now. Whether it's imperfect is not the point. But seeing clearly the truth of something, being in more integrity with ourself, with our own truth is huge important. This will allow momentum. A truth is a truth is a truth. Sometimes we want to hold the old story of the overly romantic Wild West. Or if we have this then, or if it was like this, or back then it was so good. No, we're in the now. So be here in the now, in your own truth now. This is what helps you move forward. Not clinging greedily to the past. The world cannot cling to the past. The ideals that were of good, of value, always ever have been good. The world longs to expand with more love. We often see amplified what is broken, not working, difficult and hard, rather than amplifying what we know to be good, what we know to experience as good, and how we know to bring more good to move it forward. Why is this important? Why is this never was energy important? Let's look a little bit deeper here. Juggling reduces your core strength rather than build it when you look in the land of never was. Rather than increasing your strength when you're juggling this or that, this or that, this or that. It's not this or that. It's always this and that. It's always a this and that. There's always much going on at once, at one time, and the universe is always giving, whether we know it or not. We are always manifesting, moving things forward. We are called to move things forward with passion, with desire. This is the card of passion, of family, of work, of ambitious desire. And the desire to manifest is huge. What do we want to balance? What do we want to create? This is what we're being asked. The never was is already gone. What we want to create now requires us to do more than look at the past or over romanticize something. To be more clear, it's almost like this Ace of Rods is coming through with a touch of the Ace of Swords in it. What else do we need to know? Why not build? Why not build? Whoa! Walk away from the falseness. Walk away from the battles. Walk away from the grieving the lost of the never was. This is grieving the past, grief and sorrow. Walk away from needing to be right. Walk away from the battlefield. The point has been proven long enough. Now it's time to own the truth, to really own the truth and be fair about what it is that we need to have. Own the truth that is who we are being now, how we are coming forward, yes, how we are standing in our truth, and how are we standing for self. Honor that, honor that, honor that. Be in integrity. Walk the path of integrity strongly today. You will hear things today. What do we hear? Why do we hear the birds overhead? The early bird still gets the worm. Every truth that's become cliche, every cliche that has truth in it is still as true as it ever was. The early bird still gets the worm. Prepare yourself to be early in this space of standing in your truth, early into the joy, early into the creation of joy, early into the accepting and being receptive of something that comes in for you. Get off this page of procrastinating. Be early into receiving the cup rather than lost and pie in the sky thinking. Use the ideal, but grab the cup. Use the ideal, grab the cup. It's the window shopper card. You don't just stay outside the store window shopping. You have to go in and do something. Take action for something that your heart wants. Ace of Cups. Go in and grab the cup. That's what will create spiritual food, clarity, and truth for you. That's huge, guys. That is so, so huge. Understand the enchanted dream is something we are all walking within. What is your truth? What is your neighbor down the road's truth? Your family member's truth? What is my truth? Somebody else's truth? They might seem like they are in conflict with each other, but they are all true to that person. They are all true at the same time. This is what I've got going on. The notion of duality and oneness are not separate notions. We know they're the same thing. We know this. Yeah, two sides of the same coin. Yes, duality and oneness. And the connection thing, the effortless connection is something that happens when we're willing to not just be wistful about the ideas or longing for the past, but we go in and grab the cup that is our heart's desire. That is huge, 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 huge. Okay, that's what I've got. Let me get some water. It looks like Emily was wanting a reading. Emily, what do you need to know for growth? We're going to take a look at that. Just give me a little bit more sip of water. I swear I found that Singer spray, but do I know where I set it down? Of course not. All right. Emily, what do you need to know for growth? Wow. Okay. We're in the Art Nouveau and the Goddess energy. I want to pull the Goddess energy first. Now, this is for a full for Emily. So we're going to pull from the Goddess cards. This is the Jane Wallace deck. Sometimes they're a little bit pippy, and sometimes they have messages below. And at first I didn't like them. I've come to really appreciate them. So I was a little quick to judge those decks as too pippy for me. But over time I've gotten more and more. It hasn't stopped me. I don't hate them. I don't dislike them. They were just different. They took me a little bit to value. Let's see what's going on here. Balancing resources, conflict, awareness, and creativity. There's not one singular goddess coming through, but on this, you can just read simple keywords and get quite enough. The Page of Swords is standing the most strong, stronger than even the Page of Cups. This is awareness. Once you are aware of something, then you can create. It's witnessing and observing. We'll see if the Page of Swords comes in, and then the Page of Cups, then the creativity comes into play. So let's take a look. We're going to look now into the traditional type of tarot and see what's going on here. Also, it wouldn't hurt you if you have amethyst around, to have some amethyst close by or near you. This purple's coming in too strong for me to ignore that sense of things. So yeah, I would grab some amethyst. I would spend some time really well grounded, but also having amethyst. It's wanting to run the whole spectrum, run the full line to realign the chakras. And it's like you need the feet on the ground and the amethyst, or whatever is the purple stone that you would use for third eye awareness or crown opening, whatever you would use on that. But that's what I'm getting. Okay, what else do you know for growth? They need to be in alignment. Sometimes you think that if you're grounded, you can't be spiritually open, or if you're spiritually minded, you can't do earthy things. They are not at odds with each other. They are not in conflict with each other. They are equally connected. They are the bookends. They are the bookends of the human form, of the human system, of the chakras, of the knowing, of what keeps us aligned. The bookends, the root and the crown is what I'm getting. But the third eye only opens when the crown is open, and you got to be well grounded before you do that. You can't spend your whole day meditating, right? You got to get out and do and enjoy some of the earthier pursuits, whether it's going to the gym or whether it's just walking around the block or enjoying the park. You can't just be not of the earth. You have to be in the earth too, in the world too. All right, what else we're getting at? You mistake the change, you mistake the stuckness, and you mistake groundedness for stuckness. There is something about this where you will use a purple wash rather than getting grounded and feeling the feelings of a thing. We're getting this energy of this kind of devil energy. I'm trying to cover this so I'm not being too crazy, but this devil energy of purple wash to avoid where the balance needs to come in for the grounded. There needs to be detachment, but compassion. This is the King of Cups coming in, huge, 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 over the top of the devil. You can be practical. You can lean into whatever has been a shadow lesson without totally being lost in that again. Say somebody was an alcoholic, right? Not saying you are, saying somebody was. Somebody's an alcoholic. They know what it's like to be in the grip of something that's bigger than them, that's detrimental for their health. And they know what it's like to overcome that and take the distance. There is a balancing that has to come. This is huge for you. And it's like you think that it has to be so extreme, so extreme. It doesn't have to be so extreme for you. It has to be balancing the resources that ground you and not being in lack. Now here, we're seeing in the conscious, we've got the Knight of Coins, ready to go, ready to go. Subconsciously receptive, luxuriant Empress, really luxuriating. This is something huge going on. The Empress herself gets very impatient sometimes. She's working on a project, working on birthing something new, working on manifesting or bringing forth a child. Whatever it is that she knows that is going on. It's why pregnant women go into the nesting energy. They're preparing. But consciously, consciously, it's time to ride. Get out of the sitting and preparing. It's time to take action now, to move forward. You have prepared for long enough. The stewing and brewing is a way of... the stewing and brewing or being all in this heady space is a way of avoiding interaction, a way of avoiding taking action with others. You've seen and witnessed enough. Page of Swords says you've seen and witnessed enough. Way enough. It's time for you to be acting. You can talk about loving your fellow man or do love and light and, talk about serving your fellow man and never actually take any action, just be talking. The actions speak louder than words thing. You need to take the blindfold off and start doing what these actions are. Whether it's doing something for someone else, whether it's doing the actual work of looking at a murky question or a question that maybe is a point of pain for you and journaling on it, whatever it is, it's looking into that shadow side a little bit more so that you're not just heady without having the balance be in there. We have the Page of Cups coming in. Now we had the Page of Cups before. Sorry, somebody might be having an emergency around here. I hear sirens. So if you're hearing them, that's because my window is a little bit open. But Page of Cups is the one that's so creative about this. Page of Cups learns to understand something different, goes for the water and the emotional lesson, and gets the stinky fish tea. Gets something that stinks, like, who wants to drink fish water? Well, the page got a fish. What is he going to do with it now? There's something of more substance that is meant for you to use to create here. This is big, unexpected surprise, and also can be delight. Coming up in the future, there's going to be something more substantial, more solid and earthy. A fish is an earth creature, not just a thought. A fish is a real deal. A fish isn't just drinking the water and then it's gone. It's flipping and flopping around and can be a little bit crazy, and it's going to get you into what it is that you need to act. If you want to catch that fish, keep that fish, or chuck it back to the sea. Up to you. But you have to take an action. Right here, the desire to charge forward. You're prepared, and now is the time to charge forward. This is going to require some breaking of the chain. A sword coming down on the chain, It's going to require some of this. I want to see what this is about. There's an old toxic belief that you carry that holds you still, that needs to go. And you need to see through another lens why that belief was even there in the first place. It was not meant to be a detriment. Understand that where you pick that up, when you pick that up, however you got that, did not mean to create a hindrance for you. Over the years, it hardened. But if it's struck by the sword of truth, if it's struck by what is actually the integrity about this belief, about this old pattern belief, old toxic lie energy, this could be something as far back as early childhood. When you go back and you see through a different lens, maybe you see through the lens of mom, dad, sister, brother, or even grandparent, you can see that generation doing things and handling things differently. It was a foolish thing to pick this up, and you were just barely at the start of something. So the devil fooled you into believing something This is like take off the label, take off the narrative, shift the narrative. Look again through someone else's eyes and you'll be able to shift the narrative. I'm not saying excuse poor behavior. No. I'm saying shift the narrative because your soul was here to learn something from that. And you've carried the heaviness of that and the limitation of that long enough where it was never such a case. It was never such a case. Go into this, look a little deeper, but with more detachment and more compassion for those around it. The Three of Swords, the heartache wants to heal. It's the energy that you need to charge through. You're really ready to do this now. Now here, hopes and fears. We have the Six of Coins. And this is like almost like the universe is trying to give you, but you're feeling not enough. You feel like they gave somebody else more. Why did they give to somebody else more? Why did they give to somebody else first? Why have I been waiting so long and they don't give to me? When is it my turn? The universe has been giving to you all along. What's up with that? Three times we've seen the Page of Cups. 3 times. Page of Cups in the headline, it says balancing resources, conflict awareness, and then creativity. You need to create a new narrative about this stinky fish because it actually was a gift. There's something in there of substance. We all know the cliche of give a man a fish versus teach a man a fish. You need to see what's going on, what this fish is about. There is something that's coming up from below the surface of the subconscious that wants you to honor the stinkiness of it. Honor the difficulty that was there, honor the surviving it, and honor the fact that you weren't ripped off. You weren't gypped. The universe actually gave you the gift and the lesson that you thought you wanted, that somebody else had this better lesson. Like, we don't get to control. One of my sisters has really great legs. She's got the long legs of all time. God, she has dancer's legs. Me, I have short legs. We don't get to control whether we get the short legs or the long legs. I could spend my whole life, oh, I hate that she's got the long legs. She's got a whole hullabaloo of health things that I wouldn't want. I've got a whole hullabaloo of different stuff that I do that's more creative mindset that I'm thrilled about. Understand, it's the gift. It's the gift. It's the gift of more substance. And the creativity that comes forward from that is huge. What does that do? It gives you back this sense of enoughness. It gives you this Queen of Coins energy, this closest to the Empress energy that's subconsciously brewing. And this Queen of Coins, I want to see just a little more exploration on that. What does the Queen of Coins want to share with you? Remember, you are the Empress. You always have been. You haven't needed to prepare. You are. You are. Be in your own space. Be in this human vehicle. Be in this now. You are the Empress. You are the one in charge of your realm. You are the one in charge of creating and creativity. You are the one that knows when to prepare, when to receive, when to demand, and when to yield. High Priestess comes in powerfully. Huge, huge contrast. You are sitting right now at the Veil of Wisdom. If you are brave enough to step into it, if you are brave enough to enter in deep into this heart that has been hurt, truly, this wound that needs to heal, this is the lifetime for you to do it. The High Priestess Wisdom is here. Wanting to heal, wanting to heal, wanting to move forward and through this. This belief that you had. It's almost as if when a parent says, like I got told a lot, you look just like your mother, you look just like your mother. And after a while, it's like, okay, that's a little bit much. I want to look like myself. I told my mother later, I said, Mom, sometimes you age and it just scares me because we look enough alike. And she just rolled over because we were napping, and she just rolled over and laughed and laughed and laughed. It was the funniest thing. It wasn't meant to me being kind, but I'm seeing my future 20 years down the track and going, ah. It wasn't meant to be unkind to my mom, nor is it meant to be unkind when people say you look like your mother. And if my mom would say, well, Angie, you're just like me, and blah, 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 way, for years it would chap my hide. Because I didn't want to be just like her. I wanted to be me, right? Now, in my older age, I can say, yeah, there are some things that I just love that are hers, that are in me still. Really, really in me still. It's honoring this gift that might not have seemed like such a great thing. It's honoring this and going within and looking at the dark and the light that came through with this. That's what helped heal the heart. This is what's going on. And the foolishness of the interpretation of the child versus perhaps the parent or grandparent or whatever this was that became false, that became false and almost a wrong interpretation of the narrative. Now is your chance to reframe that. Now is the chance to take the conflict of what that awareness is and see it as the gift that it was trying to be. My mother might have liked the fact that I did resemble her. Often we'll see the first child resembling more the father and the second resembling the mother. Not always, but often. Often enough that comparisons can be made, contrasts can be made, physical features can be seen. And of course, our parents aren't blind. They're going to notice one favors one parent, one favors another as far as the physical presentation. And that might be something that's an easy point of reference. It might not be exactly that for you, but it's an easy point of reference where you can see that you might have taken this first comparison or the first noticing, and that might have been a point of pride for them. But for you, it's like, oh, don't define, don't label, don't stick that on me. Reframe it. That's what's going on. Anything else she needs to know? Back to the goddess cards 1 second. Where did those little buggers go? Here we go. It is upheaval, and you've got the goddess Pele here. So gorgeous. Pele, the tower, the lava goddess, the one that overcomes the fire. And really, really, when there is right room for anger, right room for something to be resolved, what happens with the volcano? It explodes and then it cools down and it becomes useful for other things, right? And there's also, they used to like sacrifice to Pele, right? There's something you have to give up. There's something about this that you have to give up in order to gain the better, gain the bigger gift, to stand in that fiery, fiery power, but without the bitterness that's there. That's what's come through. That's huge, strong. Yeah, this is what you're learning mastery of right now. That's complete. That's gorgeous. Holy cow. And this is the Taramucha. And then I think it's the Jane Wallace Goddess Tarot, something like that. I think that's what the other one was. Yeah. Yeah, it's not even just reframe the narrative or reframe the narrative. It's also reclaim the right to have your story be on your terms. Just because something has happened to some people and it might be they are the victim of this or that, it doesn't make them a victim for life. It makes them survivor. So reclaim the labels that you want to have. Reframe the narrative. Reclaim the right to have your story be written by you. You're welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Love that for you. Love it. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. If there's anyone else on the list, let me know. I'm going to get a sip of water. And if not, then maybe we'll call it. I don't know. We'll see. So let us know. This is last call, so to speak, if you want to get on the list for today. And let me get some water. I know I had that singer spray somewhere, guys. I know I did. Damn it. And I set it down. That's the thing. I don't think I put it in my crazy drawer. And I remember peeling the label and holding up the light and marking the bottle. But where did I set it after that? Lord only knows. So, okay, a little bit of water for me. And hell, I just might have to order some more of that singer spray. It's good. So, yeah, last call. And if you guys have questions or you want to talk about things, I've got a few minutes and then I can go. But if you want to talk about anything, we can talk about anything. I was thinking of having doing a Q&A about my guides coming up and putting that on YouTube and just doing a little bit of a YouTube blip on that. That might be something I'm doing on, I think it's going to be May 14th. I think that's a Tuesday. I think that's when I'm going to be doing the Zebu and Light Language class. So if that's what you guys want to do, then great. I probably won't be on tomorrow, but I might be on Friday. Now, Phil's coming home today. So he'll come home at some point today and he'll be home tomorrow and the next day. If he wants to go on a live and do that with me, that would be super fun. I'll let you know. But as of this point, I don't feel like, yeah, I can say this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. But that's what's going on. Ignore me. Somebody rang my doorbell. Oh, did they? Did they now? Okay. How did you know? No, wouldn't that be great if that was tarot cards arriving? But they would be way early. I don't think someone actually rang my doorbell, but that's a funny thing to say. So thank you for the roses and the gifts and all of that. And thank you for being with me and letting me do this with you guys. It's something I love doing. Love it. We'll go to the Cozy Witch and see if we can get one more. You know I love the Halloween tarots a lot, and this one is a Cozy Witch tarot. And I guess I love Halloween almost as much as Christmas. Let's see what's going on. In some places, I think it's like more fall, and like Beltane energy is here, but I guess Samhain might be on the other hemisphere of the world. So Cozy Witch seems about right anyway. Why not? Oh, Cozy Witch has 4 for us. So the first one is saying, Page of Swords, curiosity is a type of magic. Look at this. These cards are so cute, guys. The next one is saying, 10, good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Look at her. She's gorgeous. Next is saying the Hermit, and it says, there are some things that must be done on your own. This is something that we need to learn. Sometimes doing things on our own is a bit of a bummer or a bit boring, but some things only we can do. Birth to death, we're on our own anyway, right? And then we incorporate and mix and mingle with others, but some things we have to do on our own, and it shouldn't be so scary, and it's not bad to take it on or do it at your own pace. And the next one is Temperance. Let go of self-imposed limitations. This is beautiful. Look at that one. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's what's coming up from Cozy Witch. So whether somebody's celebrating Beltane or Samhain or doing their own thing or not quite knowing what to claim, spring energy is here in where I'm at in Utah, and it's expansive, expansive, and growing. This is a time to really let that energy kind of take over, let it flourish. This is where the height of flowers are coming up in their really, really bright, bright colors. They're poking their heads out, getting through the ground. The leaves are unfurling. Outside my window, I don't know if you guys can even see it. Maybe you can. I don't know if you can see that tree out there. That tree. Outside there, they've got these little crazy, they look like caterpillars coming up. And then pretty soon the leaves unfold. And it's like so, so beautiful. I don't know if I've ever really noticed the fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzziness that comes before the leaves open up. But this is what's happening. This is the energy that's happening right now. And it feels like it's going to be carrying through in May quite a bit. So that's awesome. Have you gotten used to the 4 p.m. Wednesday siren? No, I just heard sirens a little bit ago. Now, Steph used to live, Intuitive Seer Steph used to live where I live. She used to live out here. So I haven't got used to that. So I did not know, but maybe it's because I've been busy unpacking and doing this, that, and the other. So I'll have to be aware. The 4 p.m. siren. What's that about, Steph? You'll have to fill me in. Because I'm like on the edge of Salt Lake is big, big, big. And then you go into like this area called Lake Point and Stansbury and Tooele. And then Grantsville's kind of over this way. Not that it matters, but yeah, I'm kind of in that area, in the Stansbury area. Okay. Somebody sent for a blind to Cash App. I'm happy to do that. I'm seeing this. Is that Janalee? Is that you? Yes, that's you. Yes, that's you. Of course that's you. Hang on for a second. Oh, Janalee. It just sent me. I tapped on your name and it tried to do a follow back. I'm going to try it again and see if I'm going to tap on Stephanie's and then go back to Janalee's and see if it will let me follow back. There we go. Excellent. Okay. Yes, I'm happy to do a blind. Let's do it. Let's do it. There's a regular warning siren. It's from Tooele. Maybe I'm far enough away that I'm not getting that. I heard a siren earlier, but, you know, whenever I hear sirens, I just think, you know, they're but for the grace of God, and I hope that nobody's having anything crazy going on. Somebody heard an earthquake alert in Texas. Glad Phil's no longer in fucking Texas then. Yep, yep, yep. He was earlier this week. So, okay, Janalee, for you, the blind. Really? We're going into the Sacred Earth and the Tarot of the She for Janalee. Let's take a look. See what's going on. Let's start with 3 from here. Yes, yes. You're in many realms right now. Many realms. The Sacred Earth I'm taking as literally the earth line, below the surface and above. So this would be sky, cosmos, and this might be below the surface, deep within the ground, or deep within the ocean. This is what I'm taking this to be. Okay. Interesting. And this is the she who knows, not the tarot of the she, different. So something like that. It's very much more Zen flavor than SIDHC, SIDHE, she, that kind of thing. But this is what we're getting. Reaction, specialization, formation. Right here, coming through. What is Earth bringing to you that's presenting something else? This is huge coming in. Do you even know when you are doing magic? I don't think you do. I think you have some awareness when you're doing magic, but you're inadvertently doing magic more than you actually know. In the way you respond rather than react to things, in the way you allow and create space for others to bloom, to open, to tell you things, to unburden their soul, to unburden their spirit sometimes. You create a space and a place for more magic than you know. Just this is like a knee-jerk reaction and response where you allow. This is your specialty, to hold open the space for them. Subconsciously, this is something you've done for lifetimes. Formation coming up forward. Let's see what's going on. Gratitude, again, this very, very open pose. Overload. Oh, okay, all right. And triumph. There is a need for you, with your big, wide open heart, to be aware that you might get overloaded. You might be more sensitive coming up. You might be aware to different energies around you. And you need to be able to sometimes turn it off, shut it out, or have your own little bubble of light. Now, some people there's back and forth on whether you should have a protective bubble of light around you, like what do you need protecting from? Are you drawing more to you than you need not to draw to you because you're thinking in those terms? Everybody has their personal space bubble. Everybody has what is their energetic signature, their biosignature, their biofield, right? So you might as well load that biofield that you naturally have anyhow with a lot of pink light, is what I'm getting. A lot of pink light that will help protect, add to, and bring joy. It's this joyfulness of gratitude, it's specialization, and it helps fortify. Okay, you've got white, and then you've got pink, gold, and green. And this is like the shell, the luminescence on the pearl all around. This is what's coming in. This is subconsciously, you're fortifying that. Every time you're playing music you like, every time you're lifting yourself up, every time you're enjoying laughter with friends, the company of others, rather than being in the drama, every time you are alchemizing and converting and transmuting a pain to a joy, you reap a reward. But sometimes that transmuting can be a little bit of a heavy lift, so be aware that you don't overload. If somebody has the same drama over and over and over, just because your response, your natural reaction is to be the good listening ear, doesn't mean you need to allow all of your energy to be given to that or yield it up. You need to be a little more discerning on some of this going forward. Triumph is there. Huge, huge, huge. Look at this. You will never not have the open heart or the open arms, but you will have a little bit more discernment. And I'm getting that luminescent shell that I'm talking about, the pink, gold, and green. It's like, think about the hard shell on an M&M. That's what's forming. It's a little bit of a protective coating, a little bit of a protective layer that helps you so you don't have leaks or bleeds from energy. And this is what you are learning to form by discerning right now. This is a little bit of a nod back to self, a little bit of a lean back, lay back energy. And it's allowing that to form a little bit. Yeah, it's not running or being freaked out every time that you hear a siren, every time that you hear a shout for help, and it's not being callous about it. It's just knowing that you're not the only one who is allowed to step in and help sometimes, and that you need to make sure, like in the plane analogy where they say get your mask first, you need to make sure you're doing that enough. Okay, above you in the air, what else is going on? And you will see it as below you, because I know that I'm reading this way. So this is actually what's below you. This will be what's above you. Let me scooch these. In fact, I'm going to just put them right here, so you can see them in the way that they are coming through a little bit more. What's above you? Wow. Wow. We've got Shakira, the hips don't lie coming in. It is time for dance. There is something that needs to be a dance of joy that is done. Like literally, it is time for you to be doing your happy dance. This is generosity that we've been talking about, the extended hands, the open heart. And look at this. We've got the pink, green, and gold coming in on this card very, very strongly, very, very powerfully. Amazing. The generosity is huge, huge, huge. but the dance needs to be there. You need to get your own vibe. You need to get your own groove. And this needs to come first in the day, early in the day, early in the day. This is something you need to attend to. Take care of your joy early in the day before you get lost in the hullabaloo, whatever it is, the distractions, the things that draw your energy here, there, and everywhere. You need to honor your own energy. Even if it's just taking the time to lay there in bed and stretch, an extra stretch. Even if it's time where you're in the restroom and you're starting your morning, you're peeing, you're like, you know what? I'm going to just sit here on the throne for an extra damn minute. The world can wait. Whatever it is, you need to take a pause moment to kind of just buffer a little bit more for self. And then Voyager, then go out in the cosmos. Then you see, look at how beautiful it is. Then you can wade the deeper water, and your energetic signature is huge. Huge. Anything else? Yeah, I want one more from here. I want more about your energetic signature, because you already know what your specialty is, but your energetic signature, it's like the wake of a boat. When you go through an area, when you are in your high self, when you are in your helpful self, after you've left, there's the wake, there's the pattern, there's the energetic signature, and it's such a good thing. It's like you leave, it's like glitter. You leave glitter behind. If you sprinkle glitter, you're going to be finding glitter everywhere for months and months and months. Your energetic signature is like glitter when you're in your high self. I love that. Holy cow. No wonder you need to dance. Okay, what else? Anything else? Preservation. This is honoring the self first. Preservation. Honoring the self, honoring the inner child, honoring your own joy, taking care of it as gently as you would take care of the baby. Preservation. Death and transformation referenced here, but also preservation. If you would look out for somebody else's child, which you do. If you would look out for your friend, which you do. If you would look out for your mother, your sister, your brother, or the person in need, which you do so easily and so readily, then why would you not look out for yourself? This is where you need to have this, and this is formation, and I want you to really focus on this part of learning how to be a child in the world again instead of somebody that's the rescuer. Let yourself be the child. It's not that you need rescued or that you're abandoning everyone. No. But this is a time where you're forming a little bit more of the shell. The hard shell, the hard sugar shell on the M&Ms keeps the chocolate from melting so it can be enjoyed later, right? That's what that's all about. So this is what it is. Enjoy that you can form this little shell so this sweeter energy and the glitter signature can be there later, because you are the Voyager on your Earth voyage, on your Earth journey, and you're leaving glitter everywhere. You cannot help but do this. This is what I've got. It's pretty amazing, but that's complete. That is so, so beautiful. And don't worry if you got to get lost in the dance or take the extra moment or make the time. If it feels like a little bit of a chore to make the time to listen to whatever the song is, do it anyway, because it will be so good for you. So that's what I've got. That's complete. All right. How you get the private reading? You can email me at Feisty Butterfly Tarot. Let me get my little, I thought I had, there they are. I'll show you this little sign. One second. This is Tarot classes, 123, Angie does classes. Tarot Plus, that's also coming up the Zebu language. But I wanted to get the other sign. If you want to email me, let me get this one for now. There it is. Private readings. Dun, dun, dun. Private readings here. $66 and 3 questions. Usually a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. If you want a Zoom read, that's when we go off-roading. Now, you guys can see that I have a crap ton of tarot. I love tarot, and you can see the oracle over there too. I love, love, love tarot. And I probably do have close to 600 decks. I love it. So if you want to get a Zoom read, that's fine. We just schedule a time, and we spend about an hour in any questions you want, going all over the place. I think the last Zoom that I did, I think I was 9 or 10 decks deep into what we were doing. If you want just a reading and you want like a video response, that's this one. That's $66, 3 questions. And usually they're like 15 or 20 minutes, but they sometimes go to 45. So I don't know. I just follow where it is that the energy leads. And that's how you can do it. And it's A Feisty Butterfly. The E comes before the I at gmail.com. That's me. And then when I'm done with the show, I'll upload today's show onto YouTube. And I'm going to be posting content a little bit more there also. So just heads up, be aware. And I think May 14th is when I'm going to be teaching the Zebu and Light Language class coming up. So I think that's when that's going to be. So let me know if you've got interest in that. I think I kind of covered it. I think it's covered. Really? I'm seeing Kim's note that Phil was only 90 minutes away from you, Chad. That's incredible. Yeah, he said he hasn't been to Texas since he was like a teenager because his parents used to drive to Texas all the time. So he hasn't been to Texas in quite some time. And they sent him clear to, I think it was like Plain City or something like that, Texas. And yeah, holy cow. So yeah, he was there. But he's home now. He's local. He's going to be home, really, really, truly home soon, which will be great. So if he wants to do that, then great. So last call, guys. If you've got a question, feel free to ask. Yeah. Last night he was in Stephanie's neck of the woods and he was asleep. And so I was talking with Steph and I said, I sent a message and said, I think he's asleep. And there's the Springville Walmart, which if he can't make it all the way home, that's a pretty safe place to be. And it's a good place for him to park. And I have a sister in Springville. So it's like, okay. My sister with the name of Steph also. So it's like, yeah. So yeah. He delivered north of him and then overnighted. Yeah. So it's been kind of a different kind of thing. You lived in Austin for 4 years? I did not know that, Edie. How did you like Austin? I've been through Texas, but it was so long ago. All I remember is just driving, and it was night, and it seemed like it went on forever. So, and that was a whole other lifetime ago. Lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes ago. I think I was like 20. So, maybe he'll come to Tennessee. Maybe he will. Who knows? Who knows? They send him everywhere these days, so who knows? 87 to 91, you enjoyed that college town. College towns are kind of interesting and fun. That's good. Yeah, 18 hours across Texas. Well, no wonder it seemed like a long time. Okay, Digital, you sent me a message. Great. If you sent it to my email, I'll check my email later. And you can Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. That's the same kind of information as, like, you can see there if you want to do this. If not, then I'll just check it later. Just take it as me doing my commercial, doing the advertising. But I think that's it for today. Should we see one card from the Snoopy deck, the Peanuts deck? Yeah. Let's do one card. What am I going for right along? I don't know. Probably when I get my house more in order. One card for just for fun. What is it? The Fool. Don't be afraid to take the leap of faith. Look how happy Snoopy looks right there. Awesome. That's great. That's fabulous. I hope you guys have a really fantastic day. I will check my email when I'm done. I'm going to upload this show and then I'll check my email. But we'll see what's going on. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you. From College Station in Bryan, Texas. I guess I'm going to have to travel a little more. Thank you for the Mayday gift. I didn't see, but I might have been looking in the cards. But thank you. You guys all have a great one. Big hugs. Mwah. Love ya. Have a happy day. Bye, guys. Let's go to the other side. Whoa, guys. Hi. Closing out the show.